Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Monday, May 12th, and we are up to the water flowing from the temple. On Friday, we covered the introduction for Ezekiel 47, so today we're going to dive in. The way I have it mapped out, I think we're probably going to finish Ezekiel this week. So please be praying with me about what our next topic is. I'm kind of leaning towards Hebrews at this point. We'll just have to see what happens. So verse 1 says, "Then he brought me back to the door of the temple, and behold, water was issuing from below the threshold of the temple towards the east, for the temple faced east. The water was flowing down from below the south end of the threshold of the temple, south of the altar." All right, so the Cultural Study Bible had a note, and it said that the association between ancient Near Eastern temples and spring waters is well attested. In fact, some temples in Mesopotamia, Egypt, and in the Ugaritic Baal cycle were considered founded upon springs, likened to the primeval waters, sometimes flowing from the building itself. Thus, the symbolic cosmic mountain temple stood upon the symbolic primeval waters, the spring. Then we get to verse 2, and it says, "Then he brought me out by way of the north gate and led me around on the outside of the outer gate that faces toward the east. And behold, the water was trickling out on the south side." Now this trickling out kind of perplexed me. It really grabbed my attention because it's such a descriptive word of what that water flow would have looked like. And thankfully, had a note in the Cultural Study Bible, and this is what that says. The Hebrew verb is related to the noun pak, which means vase. The initial source of water is quite limited, as if the water was pouring from a narrow gullet of a jar or a vase. This detail is important. It shows that Ezekiel was probably inspired by a common decoration found in numerous ancient Near Eastern temples, the motif of the flowing vase. So we have this, it's trickling out, and it's like it's what would be trickling out if you took a vase and you poured the water out, or if you took a pitcher and you poured the water out. That's what this water flow is like as it's coming out of this temple. It's a very small amount of water. It's important that you have that in the back of your mind, especially as we go into tomorrow's lesson. Verse 3, "Going on eastward with a measuring line in his hand, the man measured 1,000 cubits and then led me through the water, and it was ankle deep." So we've gone from this small trickle to now it's covering his ankles. "Again, he measured 1,000 and led me through the water, and it was knee deep. Now they're up to the knees. Again, he measured 1,000 and led me through the water, and it was waist deep. Again, he measured 1,000, and it was a river that I could not pass through, for the water had risen. It was deep enough to swim in, a river that could not be passed through. And he said to me, 'Son of man, have you seen this?'" Now, as I'm reading this, one of the things that's very interesting to me is how many times 1,000 shows up. So it was ankle deep, he measures 1,000, and then it's knee deep, he measures another 1,000, and then it's waist deep, he measures another 1,000, and it's a river that could not be passed through. That's representative of the Trinity. Keep in mind, these two chapters, we just talked about this on Friday, these two chapters are both actually happening in the physical, but also have a spiritual representation. These thousands, there's 3,000. It shows the majesty, the magnitude of the Trinity. It shows the omnipotence, the omniscience, and the fact that they're all powerful, that they're all knowing, that they have that sovereignty throughout all of this time, and that they're coming into this millennial kingdom. What does millennial mean? It's 1,000 years. So 1,000 is a very important word. We're going to learn more about this, and we're going to get to the other half of verse 6 tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.